Hey, where the broadcast is live.
All righty, here we are.
I don't know if this layout. I don't know if you guys can see this layout. It's Ken, me, and Carlos, and we're each slightly closer to the screen. So each of our heads is slightly larger.
We can fix that. Here we go.
We're like sorted in it's ascending order by head size. All right.
You're trying to read my certificate diploma?
Yeah, actually, let's see. Go put that back. Let's see what the other two. Oh,
That's
yeah.
the Imperial College. It's a microchip design, so it's analog and digital integrated circuit design. So yes, designer of microchips.
Oh, cool. I didn't know you were a microchip designer.
That's right. That was my original thing. Also a telecom engineer as well. I had 2 masters.
Wow. Here you are talking to us about a print and play card game.
This is the other thing is the hobby. This is the career. This is so they have to pay the bills. I told you guys that when I published my game, I only made £1 per game.
Right.
The profit, the net profit. Everything went to distribution. Distribution was 50% of our profit. Incredible.
Wow. I feel like
Alliance. Alliance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Monopoly, basically.
Yep. For gaming. Yeah. They are the one.
Margins can be good, but there's a philosophical question there. If you're bringing a game to market and you want to create something that's beautiful and viable and unique, if you're just concerned about making a margin, you could be selling, I don't know, hay or something. I don't know.
I mean, the guy from Alliance got more money than I did, and I was the designer, so it's ridiculous.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And they have all the power. They
do
what they want.
That's Diamond Alliance, right?
Yep.
From back in the day.
If you want to
do comic books,
you want to put product in shelves, you have to go through them. That's like the mafia, yeah.
Yep.
Do they still have the stranglehold? Are they still?
I haven't been around for some years now. I think now everything is Asmodee.
There's a couple other distributors in the U.S., but Alliance is a big one.
The Alliance was another one. The guy from Alliance contacted me directly. Like that, he phoned me, even though I was an indie publisher, right, independent, and he just talked to me, and we're gonna do this deal, blah blah blah. And I was like, no, talk to my publisher. And then my publisher did the deal with them, and he had to. So that's it.
And you got £1 per game.
I got £1 per game
after that deal.
That was my deal.
I guess if you're not a publisher, and you're
it's
merely the designer,
yeah,
it's going to be a couple percent, right? 3 to 5%.
Yeah, that's right. I got 5%, I think. 3 to 5%. That's right. 3 to 5. I need to check my contract.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's a good. Sorry, go on.
No, you don't take the risk. So I didn't have to take the risk on artwork. Will it sell? Will it not? But it sold out. So yeah, it's like I could have taken the risk.
You only have to take the risk on spending your time to make the game, right?
Yeah.
It's still always a time investment. Risk, opportunity cost, I guess. That's a good segue. That's a nice segue into what's on my mind.
Exactly, right?
So we spent, like 5 years making this thing, and what we have is a distributed ledger, some cards that Ken designed, and a quasi-interested, a quasi-engaged community, but I will say a great community, free of crypto shillers and spammers. For whatever reason, we have however many people we have on Discord, they all seem like really smart, cool, laid back people. But now that we're kind of on the cusp of having the full ecosystem we need, I have not spent much time or any time really chasing investment or trying to make a deal with a publisher for a bunch of reasons. So in one scenario, we're just going to say, okay, guys, there it is. You have a collectible. You have a digital game now. Have fun, right? Make the art and print it out and knock yourselves out. That's kind of since we haven't announced or done anything except Gamer Shirt, that we can kind of throw the switch there and then we can ride off into the sunset. And the community now owns some crypto assets.
You're too generous.
Right. We can do it. We can pull a Satoshi Nakamoto and smoke bomb our way out of this. Or we can start calling up publishers, or we can, talk to see if we can raise a seed round and try to put together a publisher. It's a lot of work and risk and effort, and of course the climate for investment today is rough. So that's a long way of saying what would best serve the community, and what are the expectations? Carlos, you've been with us from the very beginning, so I want you to talk about that.
So, can you again come again, so I can make sure I talk about the relevant. What next?
Should we mic drop?
Yeah.
And by we I mean Scott and me and Ken. We're willing to kind of drop the mic and say, this is a community-owned project.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. We did what we said we were going to do.
Yeah, I mean, we've got everything that we planned to set out to do as far as the ledger. The nodes are up and running. People are able to become miners. The Gamer Cert portion is going to be up now and good to go for miners getting certified. We've got game assets. All that stuff can be published, and we're good to go. Like we're pretty much done with that part.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
You delivered. Yes, it's just you made it happen. I've been following this project for many years since the spoils ended. Since there was the announcement about Volition, so I've been there from the beginning on that forum that I was in there. I don't know. I really want to see it happening. I want people with product to have the products and to start enjoying the game, and trying testing the game. I put together the Basal module as well so people can try it. I try to arrange for a printing service so people can have physical product. It's just one of me. So
it's just one of you, exactly, right?
We need more people, right?
Right.
So I'm more than happy to take on responsibilities, and I've been passionate about getting physical product. I know it's not needed. You don't have to have a professionally printed service. It's something that maybe we should ask the community to see, would you be interested in having physical products so you can actually play with your friends, or you can just print and play, which was the original thing, just print and play and get it going. Or do you like digital to play digitally? You can play using Basal module, tabletop simulator. We already have those two things up and running. There are other options like Untap. We can do all sorts of things. And I suppose people are waiting in the community. They're just waiting to say, which way is it going to go? Are we going to have the physical product? Are we going to have organized play? I think the heart of a game is the artwork. People buy the product for collection purposes because of the artwork. They play the game because it has nice mechanic that is interesting. You make nice choices. And it's mainly also the organized play. You want to play with your friends, you want to meet people, go to tournaments. It can be online tournaments. You can play using your webcam or using some online digital solution. Webcam is very cheap. Everybody can get a webcam, and you just have a play mat, you have your cards that you print and play. There's not really cost involved. So the entry cost will be almost zero for any new players. But you need that oomph, right? You need for organized plays, you really need some people driving it and having, let's organize a tournament and then publicity, marketing, and we're going to give some prize support. Prize support can be digital, can be, you get booster packs, digital booster packs. You can get maybe specific cards or promo cards. Some other games, they have promos that are unique, that you can only get them if you play in organized play. And I thought that was really clever. And I'm playing this other game, and I won't mention it, but basically I bought product. I spent quite a bit of money on having my decks and everything to play online, but I don't have all the juicy promos that. The funny thing is that the main character, right, the character card, in our case will be Mastermind, right? You want, some of them are only promos. So if you want to try that new abilities or these new rules, then you have to play in organized play, and it's okay. Even just for participating, you will get some, right? If you win or whatever condition, then you can get more things or better things or more amounts of things, or with the stamp winner, and it's the same card, but it says winner, right? For the judges, it says judges, judge. So that if you are volunteering your time as a judge, then you get some booster pack, and they say judge.
I think. I mean, we all know the different ways of doing organized play. We've also, I mean, promos have been around for 20 years. Special judge cards have been around for 20 years, so it's nothing new. Like, that's all. I agree with you there that if you want to go that route, you've got to have those things.
Yeah.
That's the one path.
That's one path, yes.
That's one path. The other path is that's not an organized thing that a company is doing, right? Whether it's a publisher or whoever. So if you go the path of the publisher, then clearly we would need all of that stuff.
Yes. So let's talk about the other path. So for the other path, what you want is people with energy and enthusiasm, and people that will say, this game is great, I've tried it and I really like it, and then they say, I want to do something about this, like the Basal module, or or whatever it is, or I'm going to organize tournaments, or I'm going to do these things. And if there is no guidance, nothing happens, right? It's like you have all the freedom to organize a party, but if nobody is the organizer of the party, there's no party, right? You're in a university or you're in high school, you want to make a party. Oh, let's do the party. Yeah, we want to do a party, yeah. And then nobody organizes it, and there's no party in the end, right? So we need some people that would say there's gonna be a party and put organize the things, right? And say, okay, let's do this. For example, for artwork, my idea, I will say it again, you guys already know that my idea was, if we can get some cards with art, and we start maybe for the pre-constructed decks. So we have only the artwork for two decks, only that, two pre-constructed decks, and those cards, all of them have the artwork, and then all the rest they don't. And then people buy those, and when they buy those, in my case, is through my shop. Then in my shop, I will donate towards the artwork cost. So we will sponsor a new card. So the artwork for a new card. So if you buy from me, I will commit that the X percentage of the sale goes towards the card. We can have a controlling to say, the next one. We can even ask the people, depending on how much they spend, they can have their name on the card as patron or sponsored by Peter or whatever, right? And put the name, and then that will start. The community then starts funding for the rest of the artwork. So that was one of the ideas, and how much.
I want to throw something out there that, Carlos, I think you and I have talked about a bit behind the scenes, but everybody should be aware of. And there's a path here too. There are some options for us. So at the beginning of the year, I reached out to a company that offers a liquidity as a service for virtual currencies. So their offering is, if you have an MMO or something, and there's a in-game currency, they can provide a bridge to real currency, real money.
Fiat,
Fiat, as they say. I can never wrap my head around that word. Fiat. That's a decree by the king, or a car, I guess. Fiat currency. the king has decreed this is real money. So fiat. So they can their offering is they have a money changer license in every U.S. state. I don't know if they work internationally. So that's what. So I've been talking to them, and it's just been a lot of. Just takes a long time. So it's long story short. Literally earlier in the week, we things got back on track, and we kind of had to come to Jesus, and they were like, yeah, there's at some point there will be a full press compliance meeting with them, and then after that we may be greenlit to go out and build a real money marketplace for any kind of Volition asset. At the earliest, that's going to be 3 or 4 months out because we got to get through compliance and we got to build the tech. Okay, so there's a path there for liquidity. So if you own Volition assets, you can exchange them for the stable coin that they've created and then redeem that for US dollars if you're a miner or an artist or a retailer. So that's thought number one. Thought number two, we can also bridge Volition to any other cryptocurrency through an atomic swap.
Okay.
So if you want to exchange your vol for Bitcoin, if you want to exchange your vol for ETH, then to the best of our knowledge, that's perfect. We can create the technology for that. Whether or not that's a reasonable thing for you to do, I believe, is up to you.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of throwing it out there because all the things you're saying about, well, if you sponsor an artist or buy a thing, would it help to have a bridge to the fiat?
And also in a legal way, right? Because we talk so much about compliance and
exactly. All this has got to be none of us get in trouble. And also that I should say we've resisted and you know this. Everybody who's hopefully watching those, this is an entertainment product. We've never got out and said this is a currency.
Right.
You should invest in this. This has always been like, just how can we basically pay our miners and organizers a little bit of money to make it worth their while, to do something they have fun doing.
So that's great because I think that's for anybody that is watching, it's important to know that you are not allowed to sell anything at the moment. During the beta, it's not in the terms and conditions, you cannot sell any assets that you mine. So that's important for people to know. And, if we do it through compliance and, there will be a moment when we can legally do that, then the terms and conditions, will change, and then we have to all re-sign the terms and conditions, and then and only then. No, because it's good to talk about, for example, gamer cert, right? So you need to be compliant. You need to, for anti-money laundering purposes, you need to have a way to identify miners. And it's all about taxes, right? It's about taxes, making sure that the taxman gets their cut.
Taxman's got to get their cut.
That's the thing that makes it legal, right? As long as the taxman gets their money, everything is fine and peachy. So we need to have all of those things in place, and now we do, or really soon we will do. So I think that's a lever, right? So that's something that really can then motivate artists, for example, to take a risk, and say, you know what, I'm going to do some of the artwork, and then I'm gonna get an amount of this cryptocurrency and or these assets or whatever it is that we do, because with the internal currency through the provider of this compliance, to the money exchange, basically. So then there will be that, because you can now finally exchange crypto assets or digital assets for fiat. Then finally you can start getting people motivated, right? So especially the people that are gonna be investing, right, their time or their talent, or if you're going to do, for example, OP, right, you're going to do organized play, you're gonna be doing full-on tournaments and things like that. Then you get some of this internal currency, or you charge a fee for the tournament, right? And then you are legally, you're compliant, and you are actually you're getting the money legally. And if you're exchanging crypto assets as prices and things, or everything is legal, right? So
maybe that's
really the ecosystem, right?
Just maybe that's the in a way, maybe I'm jumping the gun. I knew it would take a long time for us to get there from a compliance standpoint.
Yeah.
And I had hoped that I had hoped to be announcing this back in March and delivering, now in July. Maybe the right course of action is just to relax a bit and stay the course. When I was talking about kind of doing a mic drop, that was just me saying, yeah, maybe we can just kind of keep the status quo. The question, I guess, is there anything we should do before that? You touched on, without an organizer, that's a lot of work to organize. We have a short list of artists, and these are people you've heard of who are available, and we sent them the card list and contract, and they've kind of agreed to a price. But without somebody to stay on top of them, right? Nothing's going to get done. You say, hey, do your art, and when you're done, we're happy to pay you. And then, of course, they got busy with other stuff. So even when somebody's willing to do it, you still got to call them up every week and be like, oh, how's that art going?
Don't remind me, because when I had to do my game, it took forever to get the artwork back, and I had to do like almost daily emails. And just artists, they are artists, and he was from California, right? He was in California, nice beaches and everything, and I got it done, but it took me a long time.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I guess, okay, so I guess here's at the highest level. It's like, do we go the conventional path now? We've come this far with this decentralized ethos. Do we continue to try to build a coalition within the community? Because we need help. We need people. Or do we kind of go down the conventional path and try and get a publisher, or try and get venture, or angel investment?
I think, well, who am I? No, but I think we can try the community way. But for example, to do that, I think probably the best way is to do the roles. You remember, Ken? We did the roles in Discord, and there are different types of role. It could be like for organized play, or for retailers, or in shops, or you have people in building community, and you have all these kind of things. So if we could have a way of integrating what is my role, I'm interested in Volition, and I want to do this, and this, and we already have that. But what we don't have is some guidance on, okay, this is the artist role. The artist role is, we have this marketplace, and you can submit proposed artwork this way, in this email address or this Discord channel. The prices range is this. Just have some sort of rules, and then the artists now know what to do. They don't have to negotiate. Each and every single artist can negotiate. We can have like one single contract or terms of service that's saying, okay, these are the things that we advertise. This is the thing. If you agree to it, then here's where you submit your draft. These are the cards that we are commissioning. You pick the ones you feel inspired, and then this is the kind of price range, and we will assess, and we will say, okay, you can do t-shirt sizing, you can do like small, medium, large, depending on
we. But who is we?
So that's
we.
So who? So who is we?
Right? Like, so are there community leaders that are doing this? Am I doing this? Are you doing this? Like, so who is the we on that side of it? If you go that path, again, a publisher is different. Then you're paying somebody, or you're paying me, or you're paying Patrick, or you're paying you, and that's their job. But when we're going the other route, who is that we, and how do we get those we's without making it a full-time job again, right? To try to manage.
So what I was trying to say is, before you drop the mic, you are the guys that own the IPR, and you have been working on the project. So I would imagine that at least to set the rules just before you fade in the distance, or or try to drop the mic or whatever it is. Just to leave some rules and a structure saying, okay, this is the things.
Okay, I like this, and that's top of mind for me, because whatever we do, we're at a point where we can change that open beta terms of service.
Yeah,
and at least we can certainly remove the prohibition on selling. I think we can make it explicit that that whoever
Yes.
can print copies of the game and sell it at retail. We can kind of clarify all that.
Yeah.
And we can hand that.
And also with any rules or any, like for example, if you're going to be selling crypto assets, you have to do it through this provider because to ensure compliance or whatever rules that need to be followed or and addressed. You cannot just have people using the Volition brand and trying to sell it for Bitcoin or whatever. I don't know, or NFT scam, whatever, right? So there needs to be some sort of in the chaos there needs to be some order, right? So we need to have some sort of rules, right?
The don't defraud people subclause of section.
And instead for the artists, I also say for any other things, it could be something like if you're gonna be in community buildings, you get some people that are trying to drum up the support and trying bring attention. They're gonna be doing Facebook posts or like kind of marketing campaign type of thing.
I mean, we have.
What are the rules, right? What are the rules to not upset you or to not, bring shame to the brand?
Not shame. We can't have shame.
Let's not shame the brand. Carlos, I like this. I gotta. So we're at our 30 minutes.
Okay.
Let's Carlos. Let's all of us. I'll find a time for us to talk a bit more. Before the next one. I like the call to action of whatever we do, we should clarify now the terms.
Yes.
Right. Either way, and I think even in this hazy stretch before we have a path to fiat, we can still update the terms. So that's a nice.
At a high level, what I want to say is at a high level is that for those roles that we already identified and Ken did it already, it's all there.
Yeah, we got them all.
We say these are the rules for each one of the roles. So if I want to apply for any of them or I want to consider myself one of those, then I know what to expect. I know what are the rules of play, and within the rules, then I can be as imaginative or innovative as I want, and it's just what to expect. What are the kind of things or activities I'm supposed to do if I want to support the community in that role.
Okay. The crypto bros would call this, say this is something like what the kids call a DAO. I don't think we're gonna do a DAO, but now it's like, well, yeah, how do we really build this community driven? And DAO's it's not a different way of saying a co-op or open source projects have these consortiums of people and processes for getting stuff done. So yeah, we're in the interim before I have a path to fiat, we can work on policy. Governance, not on chain, but just kind of high level, revise those license terms and imagine what a world looks like where we really are. Because you're right. We've talked about community ownership. We have the apparatus of that, the technology of that, but we haven't turned the corner yet and thrown the switch and made this actually a community owned project, which is our whole reason for doing it. So
I will give you another good example is the designer type of role, right? So if Ken is not going to continue forever and ever creating more sets of the game, if I want to contribute card ideas, we have a channel in our Discord, somebody, in theory, for the game to be balanced, somebody has to approve those ideas or understand that they might break the game, right? And maybe that's okay. Maybe they can then get banned or whatever. You just need to, you just need to make sure. One of the things when I started with this other new card game I'm playing at the moment, it was like, okay, I'm gonna spend some money. I'm gonna have a go at the basic stuff, and if I like it, I will continue to purchase.
Sure.
But the thing is, will this live on? Right, so that's the promise. So do I want to learn all the rules? Do I want to, spend my money traveling or doing all these tournaments, printing all of my things, sleeving all the things, and then we only have one set, and it doesn't have full art.
Your promise is that there's going to be continued support. That's why you invest.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand that.
I like this. We had the opportunity to do something interesting here, so let's make it as interesting as possible.
And I think you will get people very interested in suggesting new cards. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's other ways to handle that. You can have community vote on cards and rate cards and balance cards, and then only cards that hit a certain threshold of support get published. There's tons of ways to handle
that. That would be really cool.
That are hands off once the rules are set. Exactly.
Yeah. So you could just be this kind of assembly or triad, right? At the top, deciding, what gets the green light or not, right? But you don't have to be full on job, just doing this and that.
Right.
So that's cool.
All right, guys, I got to bounce.
No problem.
Carlos, I'll follow up in a bit. This is awesome. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. No problem.
All right. See you guys.
Hopefully you can join us next week as well.
Yes.
Half an hour.
Hopefully so. Yes, I should be here.
Awesome.
Okay.
And Scott will be here too, hopefully. So see you guys next time.
Bye.
See you. Bye.